Hey guys, I'm back, and as was requested by one of my viewers, I'm going to be making my how to make Venom video. So here I have the movie Venom and I guess you could call it either comic book Venom or Spider-Man 3 Venom because they are really the exact same. They didn't change much on it. But yeah, I'm going to be showing how to make both of them in the same video because, well, some people might want to know how to make that one, while some want to make that one. So yeah, just not to be confused in the thumbnail, I'm making both. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, no matter which figure you're doing, you're probably going to need a head, and also torso, arms, hands, and legs. Now for the movie Venom, you're probably going to need a motorcycle helmet. And I've used this Atlantis piece. Now if you don't have this piece, you can obviously just use this. But I like it because it's pretty big and you can paint over it with a bigger face so the eyes don't look like they're here. And also when you open the jaw, probably won't work as well. But for the comic book Venom, you don't need that much of a, well, jaw or head. So you can use this, which is much more common. And yeah, you're going to also need a torso. Now this is just a plain black one because it's much easier to paint. And yeah, but if you don't have it, you can have any color piece and you can paint it black. So yeah, now that we have the materials, let's start painting and sculpting. So yay, I painted it. Not really, this is just the head for the movie Venom. I didn't want to paint some other helmets because, well, it's a waste of a part. I'll probably need that helmet in a different color. But yeah. Now, once you painted it, if you're doing the comic book Venom, you're basically done with the helmet now. But if you're doing the movie Venom, then you're probably going to need to sculpt this piece here, since the Atlantis piece needs to go over it. And once the Atlantis piece is fully clipped, hold on. Yeah. Once the Atlantis piece is fully clipped, once the mouth is open, it needs to come up to this ridge, so the mouth can open wide. Well, not really wide, but you get it. So if you're doing the movie Venom, you're gonna need for it to open that much. Also, probably sculpt a bit of a chin, because Venom has a really nice chin. But yeah, if you're doing the comic book Venom, you're basically done with the head. Well, except for the eyes, but you're done with the helmet part. So yeah, I use it's this weird clay that you have to boil, but I just boil it with the pieces and it works. And my clay is actually black, so it's pretty easy. Don't worry about any fingerprints because it just will add more texture and things like that. You can leave as just the symbiotes moving around a bit. But yeah, let's I guess get on to the eyes now. Now with the eyes, by the eyes I mean just the top piece, the hinge piece, like this one. So for the comic book Venom, you're not going to need much. I just have a black visor piece, but if you don't, you can just paint yours black. Now I just added this white detail. You can make it like spiky or smoky, just as long as it looks like Venom's eyes. And I'll probably have a diagram somewhere here to show Venom's eyes. And yeah, you can stop the video and try and paint it on, or as maybe Sharpie it on, because that might give it a cool texture. Now with this, it's a little more complicated, because if you want this weird like veiny effect, you're gonna need to first paint the visor. Well, it's gold. You're going to need to paint the visor black. Then you boil the visor, and acrylic paint, it usually cracks. But in this case, you have to take it out at a precise moment so it doesn't crack. Instead, leaves this cool veiny or viney piece. And yeah, then for the eyes, they're not exactly like a hooked shape, but more like a weird alien shape, like a comet striking the ground. After that, you're going to need to paint the rim of the mouth red, dark red preferably. And then you're going to have to smudge a bit of the white paint to make it look like he has teeth. Then once you attach it, you should be able to attach it. That's the biggest thing. And then try opening the mouth also down the bottom. If you want to, you can smudge a bit of white paint as well, and then add some teeth at the bottom. So yeah, let's get to the actual inside of the head, which is a part you don't see usually, except for the comic book one. You can actually see it very well with the figure. So yeah, let's get on to that. Now for the head, it's much easier because you really can choose between either one of these. Because if you're not really experienced in actual painting, then you can go the purest way and just get the Atlantis piece here that just has the teeth already printed for you. Now if you don't have that piece, it's not really that hard to just make your own. You just gotta get a head, paint it red, or if it's already red, you can leave it like that. And just paint the teeth. Now my teeth, they're not really that great. They're kind of like human teeth, so these sharp, cool teeth. I've actually made two faces. But yeah, it doesn't really matter which one you do, just as long as it looks like teeth. So yeah, now you have the head finished, let's get on to the legs. Now the legs are also very easy. I'm saving the torso for last because it's probably the hardest part. Maybe the arms as well. But yeah, you can just get plain black legs. If you don't have them, it's kind of tedious to paint black ones, so you might as well just get already black pants because they're pretty easy to come by. They're in like every city set ever, every police one at least. So, or you could actually sculpt a bit, like add some veins and actually paint grey details on. So it's a little more detailed and looks a little more ragged. But it's your choice. I'd probably actually choose these legs. They're much quicker to get and it's just much easier. So yeah, let's get on to the hardest part, which is the torso. Now, the torso's the most annoying and hardest part probably for the entire figure, because you need to paint the design on, and neither figure is easier to do. So if you want to go the comic book route, then here you have to be able to paint the design like that. So you're gonna have to draw probably like 18 lines, 18 small lines. What is that? Yeah, no, not 18, 12, much easier. So you're gonna have to draw 12 lines, then a small circle at the top, and two big circles like that, but they should be very discreet. Probably an oval would be better to paint. Then, if you want to, you can actually paint on the sides to continue those lines. I wouldn't do that because the paint's eventually going to come off. Here, I've actually not done anything, but you're going to need to paint basically the exact same design on, because, well, it's the same thing. Just paint the exact same design on the back. Or don't, because you don't see the figure from the back. You do whatever you want. Just make sure you have this design at the front. Then, for the movie version, it's probably harder than the comic book version. First, you're going to have a black torso. I didn't have it, so I had to paint it. So, then, I actually used clay to have a bunch of strings, and then I placed them strategically all around the figure, so it looked like it covered lots of space. By the way, if it looks wet, that's good, because it's supposed to. So, right now, it's basically, it's dry actually, but yeah, you have clay here, clay here, clay here, clay on the arms as well, if you want to make your Venom look very muscly, which he is in the movie. He's really buff. So, yeah, after that, you're going to have to bake it, or boil it, as I do, and after that, you're going to have to carefully, if it's not black clay, you're going to have to paint it tediously around everywhere. I actually still have a bit of blue left somewhere there. Then you have to paint grey lines to symbolize the veins that are coming into the center. And yeah, he's pretty hard to make. And the thing I like is the acrylic paint. It's if you get really shiny acrylic paint, then it will make it look wet all the time. Because this right now looks wet, but it's not. Like I can just touch it fully everywhere, and like my fingers are completely dry. So yeah, once you have the torso, just assemble the figure. So yeah, if you followed the steps and possibly made half of them up by yourself, because I'm not really good at explaining things, you should probably have 2 Venom figures, or 1 if you only made 1 of them. Now, the good thing about the movie Venom figure, he's actually taller than the normal Lego figure, significantly, while the comic book one, not really. But yeah, when you open the mouths, they probably have some rows of teeth. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I do have Eddie Brock, by the way. Not really that good. But if you enjoyed the tutorial, don't leave a like, because it's probably not a good tutorial. And yeah, I'll see yous probably in the Venom showcase. So yeah, bye.